Now, we will discuss the 3 Spider-Men and who among them is the strongest. This is for my insight only, and you are welcome to comment on who, for you, is the strongest Spider-Man. So, let's go.
Good morning, New Yorkers. Looking for another beautiful day here in the city. Few clouds to start us off. Here you go for me today, New York.
In the Tobey Maguire version of Spider-Man, which appeared in the Spider-Man trilogy directed by Sam Raimi, 2002-2007, the character possesses the ability to produce organic webbing from his wrists. This means that Spider-Man doesn't need any external devices or technology to shoot webs. Instead, the organic webbing is a natural part of his superpowers, stemming from the genetically enhanced abilities he gained from the radioactive spider bite. Throughout the trilogy, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man faces various formidable foes. Notable villains include Green Goblin Norman Osborn, the first major antagonist. Norman Osborn, a wealthy industrialist, develops superhuman strength and insanity after an experiment gone wrong. He becomes the menacing Green Goblin, seeking to cause chaos and destroy Spider-Man. Dr. Octopus Drive, Otto Octavius, a brilliant scientist working on a groundbreaking fusion experiment. Drive. Octavius suffers an accident that fuses 4 mechanical tentacles to his body, turning him into the dangerous Dr. Octopus. Sandman Flint Marco, an escaped convict who accidentally falls into a particle accelerator. Marco gains the ability to control sand and transform his body into a sand-like substance, becoming the Sandman. Venom Eddie Brock, a rival photographer, acquires the Venom symbiote, an alien entity that enhances his physical abilities and fuels his hatred towards Spider-Man. New Goblin Harry Osborn, after discovering his father's Green Goblin equipment, Harry Osborn, Peter's best friend, takes on the mantle of the New Goblin to avenge his father's death and seek revenge against Spider-Man. In summary, Tobey Maguire's portrayal of Spider-Man in the early 2000s captivated audiences worldwide with his earnest and endearing depiction of Peter Parker. His trilogy highlighted the struggles of a young hero coming to terms with his newfound powers and the personal sacrifices that come with being a masked crime fighter. Fast forward a few years, and we met Andrew Garfield, who took on the iconic role in the rebooted Spider-Man series. Garfield's version brought a more contemporary and rebellious approach to the character, reflecting the challenges of modern adolescence and the search for identity. Andrew Garfield portrayed Spider-Man in 2 movies, The Amazing Spider-Man, 2012, and The Amazing Spider-Man 2 Inches 2014. This version of Spider-Man is set in a separate continuity from the previous Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man trilogy and the current Tom Holland Spider-Man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Web shooters. In this version, Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man uses mechanical web shooters, similar to the original comic book version of Spider-Man. These web shooters are devices he created himself, allowing him to shoot and control webs with precision. Unlike the organic webbing portrayed in the Tobey Maguire version, Garfield's Spider-Man has to rely on his own intellect and inventiveness to develop and maintain his web shooting technology. Enemies. In The Amazing Spider-Man, Spider-Man faces off against the Lizard, Drive. Kurt Connors, portrayed by Rhys Ifans. Dr. Connors is a brilliant scientist who accidentally transforms himself into a giant reptilian creature with regenerative abilities but also a desire to turn all humans into lizard-like creatures. Spider-Man's mission is to stop the Lizard's plans and save the city. In The Amazing Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man encounters multiple enemies. Electro Max Dillon, played by Jamie Foxx. Max Dillon is an Oscorp employee who gains the ability to control electricity after an accident involving electric eels. He becomes a powerful and unstable electrical villain called Electro. Green Goblin Harry Osborn, portrayed by Dane DeHaan. Harry Osborn, Peter Parker's childhood friend, inherits Oscorp and discovers he has a degenerative disease. Desperate to find a cure, he eventually becomes the Green Goblin, a dangerous and deranged foe for Spider-Man. Rhino Alexei Sitsevich, played by Paul Giamatti. Rhino is a Russian mobster equipped with a mechanical suit that grants him superhuman strength and durability. He becomes a formidable enemy for Spider-Man. And now, swinging forward to the next chapter in the Spider-Man saga, we find ourselves in the capable hands of Tom Holland. Tom Holland portrayed the character of Spider-Man, also known as Peter Parker, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe (MCU) as of my last update in September 2021. I'll provide a general overview of his origin, powers, web shooters, and some of the enemies he faced up to that point. Origin and powers. In the MCU, Peter Parker is a high school student who gains superhuman abilities after being bitten by a genetically altered spider during a school field trip. The bite imbues him with various powers, including enhanced strength, agility, reflexes, and the ability to cling to walls. He also has a spider sense, an intuitive danger warning system that helps him react to threats even before they occur. Web shooters. Unlike some versions of Spider-Man where Peter Parker's ability to produce webs is an inherent part of his powers, the MCU version of Spider-Man relies on web shooters. Peter is an intelligent and resourceful teenager, so he invents and creates his web shooting devices, allowing him to swing between buildings, create web-based weapons, and immobilize his foes. The enemies he fought as of September 2021. Throughout the MCU films starring Tom Holland as Spider-Man, he faced several adversaries. Some of the main villains include Vulture Adrian Toomes, played by Michael Keaton in Spider-Man: Homecoming. Vulture is a salvager who becomes a high-tech arms dealer using alien technology recovered after the events of The Avengers. Shocker Herman Schultz, played by Bokeem Woodbine. Shocker is one of Vulture's henchmen, wielding powerful vibro gauntlets that can create shockwaves. Mysterio Quentin Beck, played by Jake Gyllenhaal in Spider-Man: Far From Home. Mysterio is a master of illusions and deception, using advanced technology to appear as a superhero while actually orchestrating elaborate schemes. The Tinkerer Phineas Mason, played by Michael Chernus. The Tinkerer is Vulture's tech expert and an ingenious inventor who provides him with advanced weaponry. Thanos Forces. In Avengers: Infinity War and Avengers: Endgame, Spider-Man fights alongside the Avengers against the cosmic threat of Thanos and his army. As Tom Holland's Spider-Man swings away into the city skyline, a bittersweet farewell fills the air. With every step he takes, he carries the legacy of those who came before him, and the memories of unforgettable moments shared with friends and foes alike. For me, the strongest Spider-Man will always be Tobey Maguire's portrayal, with his enduring spirit and iconic web-slinging adventures etched in our hearts. On the other hand, Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man stands out for his incredible acting that made us believe a superhero could be just like a real spider, and his suit was undeniably the coolest of them all. However, as I bid adieu to Tom Holland's rendition of the friendly neighborhood hero, I can't help but cherish the modern touch he brought to the character, making his suit the best suited to my personal taste. As the Web-Slinger disappears from view, one thing remains certain: Spider-Man, in all his forms, has captured our imaginations and will continue to inspire us for generations to come.